Today's helpful how-to video is going to be showing you how to remove your intake. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned because we're about to get started. The next step you want to do before you dive too deep in it is disconnect your battery. God dog, that's tight. Sometimes you have to use tools to disconnect your battery. Mine, it's not that important. So to remove your pulleys, especially on these older styles, that's what this video is basically based on. You want to remove, well, you could zip this off technically, but we're removing everything off of this engine. So to do that, we remove one bolt here, one bolt here, one bolt here. Tension will come off this and we can remove the belt. And one more bolt down here needs to come all the way out on the bottom of your alternator. And then you can just remove this all in one unit. On your intake, guys, it depending on the style you got, all Small Block Chevy intakes and most Fords, especially on the older V8s, come off the same way. Vortex heads, got 4 bolts, go straight down on each corner of the intake, 2 here, 2 here. The older throttle body heads and the older heads has got 12 bolts. 2 in the back, and 2 in the middle on each side. And that's all you need to know. Don't forget to pull your distributor. Got a cool video in that in the description below. Remove your gooseneck and drain your coolant. Amos, you want to do the honors? I think that's a 9/16. Depending on your gooseneck will depend on your bolts. Now we got a tray to catch up fluid down underneath. So what's so funny? We do. It don't hit the ground because, safety and all that good stuff. A nice tip is use tread sealant or tread locker onto your bolts. They're a bitch to get back out, especially if you use tread locker. But if you use tread sealant, you can see we had some coolant trying to leak up through the threads here, and it didn't make it because of a tread sealant. It's very good tip to use, especially on gooseneck bolts, because some people don't do that. And I went to water it right into a fancy tray. Let's go ahead, and the thermostat is right here in your thing. You can remove that or leave it in it if you're changing it. This is 195. Some people like running colder thermostats. 195 for me because I enjoy my heat. I think engines run better.
Let me do some one way, Jay.
What for?
Them hoses.
Oh, cut them. You got a knife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Always.
Cut this one too. That one I can use that.
Yeah, keep that one.
Yeah. Now a cool trick is use a warm way and remove your hoses. Now this engine is being removed from this, and I always usually replace my hoses, so we are just cutting them. We are going to be installing an LS engine into this truck. If that's something you enjoy and like to see, hear that Trey, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Now depending on the intake bolt you got, guys, will be the size of your bolts. This is 9/16. We got 9/16 on one side and 14 on the other. 14 is close enough, but go ahead and remove all your bolts to your intake. And if you got antifreeze on top of it, guys, and you don't want it go into your oil, be sure to clean it off. As I said before, this motor is coming out. We ain't too worried about it, but you need to make sure you have as much as the coolant off the top of your intake as you can. If you drained your radiator and didn't take it loose like we did, you wouldn't have a mess. Just saying. Damn, man. I got watch it. You beat me.
Yeah, no matter.
Fuck you. I got longer bolts than you.
Bullshit.
Sometimes you come up to one bolt that's pretty much a pain in the ass. We're on that bolt. What it wants is a super thin shade down wrench. But you know what? These is new, and I'm not shaving them down. And it's raining outside, and I'm pretty much not running to the garage. It's gonna come out with this, even if it takes an hour. You hit it here, folks. Even if it takes an hour. Ugh. Watch it mind. Oop, it moved. See, it's loose. It's just getting
You own something.
What now?
So you own something. Uh-oh. Got loose.
It's defeated, isn't it? Hopefully. Oh, it's getting tight. It's hitting corrosion on the threads or something. I'm sure I have a specialty tool just for this. So we are still in the engine bay here, guys. What we're going to do now is pretty much pick straight up on the intake. Sometimes you have to wedge something on it, and it should come loose. The front is usually silicone on a lot of these aftermarket intakes because the stock gaskets leak and people use silicone. So they sometimes just stick on. Then you want to double check all your bolts is out, and then take you something. Sometimes you have to wedge something down inside the intake here and pry. We got a big ass pry bar. I know this. It moved. That's the truck moving.
Don't want to break your ratchet.
Huh.
What we need is
A pry bar.
something we can get like
We are in a tow truck, but it's pouring rain.
right here.
I hear something hollow. How about the edge of it? Oh, it's moving. We got movement, guys. And be sure to drain your coolant if you're doing this, as I said before. We kind of just undid the top end, so we're going to lose a lot of coolant in the motor, but don't worry, we can't run in this motor. If we was, we'd give it an oil change. But we are replacing this with an LS, if you've been keeping up with the video content. Sealed good, ain't it?
Alright.
When they call them sealed power gaskets.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's on it. Probably silicone, blue glue.
I thought this ain't really black. Son of a bitch.
Not a proper way to use a ratchet, but it works. The silicone has lost. Intake should just pick straight up. We got the front broke. And there we go. That's the aftermarket intake. Set it to the side, guys. Get your gaskets. Some corrosion here, guys. This truck did set a long time. So guys, that's how you remove your Small Block Chevy intake. Hopefully yours goes smoother. If you found it helpful, you know, let me know in the comment section. Drop a like. Clean everything up, and make sure you drain your oil if you got any antifreeze in it. Clean your surfaces for the new gaskets and pretty well torque it down to specs. I ain't got a video on installing one of these intakes, I don't think, but if I do, I'll link it in the description. If not, subscribe to my channel and you probably see one coming very soon. Now on the next step, we'll be getting the heads off this and everything else and pulleys. Got a lot to go. We could have pulled the motor out been easier. But content is content. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.